Divya. All right. So, very warm welcome, everybody. Thank you for confirming to me. Lovely. So, we're ready to start the session. First of all, warm welcome. My name is Meenakshi Oberoi. I'm an education evangelist and CEO of T Pedagogics, and I will be taking you through this session today. I'm really glad to see such a large audience, and thank you for filling out the survey that we had sent your way. So, with me today, I have Divya and Kamalpreet to moderate the window. I know your mics are not on right now, but in case you want us to turn your mic on, simply just raise your hand. We'll be happy to give you the ability to unmute your mic to speak. And also, our chat window is open. The eyes are on the chat window. Thank you for the greetings that you're sending me there. So, warm welcome once again. Well, you are right now. I think we're all on the brink of thinking about how best can we use the potential of AI in our classrooms. So today's session, which is titled "From Everyday Microsoft Tools to Purposeful Classroom Learning Use," will address not just usage but purposeful usage and that too pedagogical led usage. So I know the survey informed us that many of you know of the tools that we're going to talk about. You are familiar. However, we will try and keep our approach very pedagogical so that we talk from another lens and it just isn't a repetition. Certain things are going to be as is, so please bear with me as we do so. Um, our agenda largely looks like this. We are going to talk about strengthening what you already know, which is Word, PowerPoint, Teams. We are going to talk about some time saving and differentiation strategies because there are certain pieces out there where we will embed all of this. Then we will talk purely about Microsoft Teams for some time. Online meetings will tell you about the updates, any kind of refresher that you need. We're going to talk from the lens as if you were to go online from tomorrow, God forbidden. But if you do, how do you handle all of this? Next, we will try and include and reveal some of the lesser known tools. We will be touching upon a few and probably give you, tracks to complete where you will get further information about that. These learning courses are available on Microsoft Learn. We'll also do an introduction to Copilot. I know some of you know. Let's take a different lens to Copilot and try and use it for in a very purposeful manner. And of course, the last but I think the most important piece is the Microsoft Elevate Educator and School community. Many of you have been my experts, and you have been a showcase school as well. So we are going to go ahead and talk about that too. However, this agenda remains an agenda for us. If it doesn't make sense to you, please tell us what is it that you want to hear about. So I'm giving you about 2 minutes to post in the chat window. What are you expecting out of today's session? There were many things that were shared. Beyond that, what are you most curious about in today's session? What is it that you would want to hear about the most? Go ahead and share in your chat window, please. What is it that excites you most about Microsoft tools, or what is it that you want to hear about from us? I'm waiting for you. Okay. Responses are yet to come for the question. So if you can hear me, my question to you is, well, I ask a lot of questions. I must prepare you for that. Thank you, Shipra ma'am. How to integrate Microsoft tools like Class Notebook, Copilot in my daily teaching process? Interesting. All right. Lovely greetings coming in here. Would love to hear more about, okay, usage of Copilot. I knew the minute I say the word Copilot, everybody will be excited about Copilot and everything else can wait. I so understand your emotion. The most effective and profound tool that can be effective teaching for effective teaching in regular classroom. Well, simple. The teacher, no one else. There is no other tool which can be better than you. We are the best tools. Then I have another one that says usage of Copilot. I'm not too aware of that, so I will have to check what that is. Okay. Copilot. Oh, you said Copilot. Got it. Fantastic. Thank you for your wonderful responses. And while you give, while I got your fingers really typing quickly, let me also ask you this question in the same breath. Why do we teach? Yeah, a very simple question. Why do we teach? And I'm launching this in your chat window. There is a poll over there which will create a word cloud for us. Go ahead and submit your responses there, please. Why do we teach? Why do we teach? I'll wait for my word cloud to get populated with your responses. I'm looking for responses on why do we teach? Why do you think we teach? I've pinned the poll for everybody so that you all can see very quickly. I'm looking at many of you, looking at the poll, waiting for your responses now. Hmm, it has started getting populated. I love that. The biggest word that I can see is future generations. Fabulous. Modern technology, students, knowledge, educate, development of mind, I would take it, better world, larger mass, students, holistic development. Oh, you know what? I like the change that holistic development just about sits there. Nice. Disperse information. Um, Holistic development is becoming bigger. That's lovely. Wow, fantastic. This is the power of actually looking at, I have to export these results to actually share with you as well. And I'm going to share this image that I'm looking at on my screen as well. There are about 19 responses, but the minute you see these responses, you feel hopeful. You know you're in the right direction. And also, there are two ways of teaching. One is asking, where you can ask and the students can tell you, or you could give them an option in Teams chat window, or you could simply just get a word cloud made and also export all the responses available to you. So that's a beautiful way of bringing in the quietest of the voices in the classroom. So, very subtly, I've introduced over here a very simple way of how to hear the quietest of the voices in your classroom. You have a choice of chat window, you have a choice of poll, and there are multiple more choices. You can go to the whiteboard in Teams. So while you're teaching in Teams, there are multiple tools that come together to build this whole ecosystem for you. So, like Nilakshi ma'am says, we teach to share knowledge, develop skills, and shape character. Teaching helps individuals think critically, solve problems, and contribute positively to society. That's such a holistic piece there. And over here, we have one hub that can enable all of that. So whether you're in call or you're on chat or you're simply just on Teams, you have multiple ways to make conversation possible. In fact, across these tools, you will see comments and you will see chats available. The good part is that these are all moderated by you. So if you as a teacher want to delete any of the chats, you can do all of that. If you want me to demo any of this, you can please let me know. Otherwise, I'm assuming that as a teacher, you will know this, right? Additionally, there are partner tools over here which may have, gone and formulated into new apps or gotten integrated. For example, Flipgrid is now fully integrated into our Teams. You don't need that as a separate tool. Teams is equipped to fully function like Flipgrid. And then there are partner tools like Kahoot that are very, very popular with teachers for, these kind of exchanges and conversations. I have another comment. We teach to help students learn, grow, and become capable human beings. So beautiful, Rinky ma'am. That's exactly what we are trying to focus. But what I want to focus in your definition is on that we help them learn. We don't make them learn. That's the difference when we are finding the purpose. Finding the right words is what is most important. And you've given us the right word there. We help students learn, grow, and become capable human beings. We don't make them do that. Yeah. In both the definitions, I think both these words have come out beautifully. So thank you for sharing that. So Teams, as you know, can be used in two capacities. Number one, it can be used as a asynchronous manner, which means that, or synchronous. Right now, we are in synchronous manner, which means we are connecting on Teams and we are talking to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen once again. My PowerPoint will go away, but I'm going to give you a very quick run of some of the features which may be very useful in the classroom. So I'm going to share my entire screen so that I can switch between Teams app and then bring you in synchronous and asynchronous manner. Synchronous is, connecting live, and asynchronous will mean that beyond this one call, where do we stay connected, or, data from here, where does it go? How do we interact? Yeah. And if you have any questions, do remember our chat window is open and that, both Divya and Kamalpreet are keeping an eye on the window. Here we are. You should be able to see my entire screen now. Currently, I'm on the Teams app. Yeah. Currently, I'm on Teams app, and as you can see on the left side, I don't need to tell you this from scratch, but on the left side, you have activity. Then you have chats. And while I was taking your call, many teachers ask us this question. While I'm taking the call, I can't keep an eye on the chat window. Do remember, you can keep your eye on the chat window from here and you can go ahead and let what's there on the screen be there. Over here, I have opened my chat window here as well. So I can see here, but this reduces the capacity to show what's on screen. So if you're showing this here, you can parallelly go ahead and read the chat window from over here. What is different here or what has been enriched? Look at this top panel. This top panel in itself is much larger than what it used to be. Yeah. Currently, there are 5 tabs for me. One is chat or what is shared, recap, which comes after the call. So, most beautiful part is your recording, your deck that you have shared, or any documents that you have shared during the call, or the attendance will automatically come under recap. Yeah. And you can also enable Q&A so that they can actually join. I'll just pause here. Hami ma'am, there is no cap on who can join, who cannot. So whoever is not able to join must be because of the bandwidth. Okay. So here we are. After that, you have meeting whiteboard. Now, when I'm in a meeting and I want to bring in whiteboard, I can simply either share my whole screen and bring it here. Or what I can also do is, let me just jump back into our call and enable whiteboard over here. Now you see over here, you will have apps, right? Under these apps on the top panel, this is apps. Polls was not here because I activated, therefore it has come here. Yeah. So here you can see all the apps by clicking over here. All these apps are available for you to work upon. I may not be able to show you how to bring in, whiteboard, but you see this stop sharing? This is exactly from where you can bring in whiteboard. When you open this, you will get an option for whiteboard and you can start doodling on the screen straight away. Now, when you open whiteboard, let's say I was here, it'll ask you whether everybody can do or not. Now, currently existing whiteboard, to share whiteboard, select home. Okay, I'm not sharing right now. But what I can show you is that there are multiple templates. Now, more templates have been added, and I absolutely love it if I can give this sort of fish bone diagram to students and they can work with me. So, all of this is available in your Teams. You can even open this in browser and show. You can also put a timer that only open for this much of time. And if you want to share, it's right here. I don't think I need to explain sharing. All of us know how to share a document, right? So you could share this right now live in your classroom. You can make it collaborative cursor or enhance your ink, whatever you want. Other participants can edit or not. Let me open it up. Now, can you see a whiteboard or can you doodle on the whiteboard? Can you try and see if you can see a whiteboard? Otherwise, I'll stop sharing here. Let me, invite you to write on my whiteboard uh, here like this. So I'm going to give you a screenshot of this in your chat window so that you know where it exists. Here you go. This is my whiteboard. Now this is shared. Let's say you want to write over here. Simply just write your name. There you are. I see so many of you here, right? So while I'm going to put this template over here, I can always invite all of you to take a box and type your name in each of these orange boxes. Okay, go ahead and try it, please. You can type in any of these boxes. We are unable to migrate this whiteboard to OneDrive right now. Okay, no worries. It is still syncing. Once it syncs, I will be able to see if you have typed anything over here. Till then, I'll request Kamalpreet and Divyapreet to please go ahead and type something here. I will still keep my chat window open here just in case someone types anything. Yeah, you're not able to write. That's because it's showing me an error here. It has to be my administrator, which has to allow external participants. That's Microsoft security, right? So I'm once again going to go ahead and share my entire screen with you so that you see where I'm working. And here we are. So there you go. Can you see this? All of you filled my whiteboard like anything. This is wasn't syncing in my call, but it's syncing slowly. Do you see this 28%? Now, if I haven't given the template and if I allow you to make a mess, you can actually make a mess on my whiteboard. Do you see this? How each one of you have actually given me something, but you can have a very organized one as well because this is an infinite whiteboard. I can actually start teaching from here. I can start doodling here, I can start writing, whatever you want. You have your whole ink available here to do so. Yeah. Similarly, now if you see my number of tabs have increased, whiteboard has come right here, and the polls that are active are also available here. Yeah. Also, you can have a Q&A. Sometimes you don't want chat. So many schools do that they don't enable their chat. They simply keep a Q&A. What is the difference is in this Q&A option, so from your admin, chat is off for students. They cannot chat with each other, right? Now, over here, what you do is you moderate the chats and you release only if you feel they are appropriate, which means students send a chat, but you will need a moderator. If it is a class of, let's say, 40 or 50 students, what happens is everybody starts writing. Somebody needs to moderate that chat and release only relevant chats. This is a very important change that has come in. So if you want, you can ask your admin to turn off the chats so that there is no chat that is going on parallelly in the chat window. Yeah. So currently, if you see, this is my chat. So while I am with you over here, there are comments that are coming in over here. Yeah. But what I can do is I can disable that. Sorry. I can disable that, and over here I can choose this Q&A option. This you can even set while you are setting up your Teams meeting, or you can come here to set it up as you like it. For example, you may not need chat or Q&A in the whole meeting. You may need it for some time. So you can turn on and turn off access just like whiteboard. You can do all of that. Yeah. Apart from that, like I showed you, there are multiple apps. One of the most used apps are, of course, bringing in forms over here because we always have our quiz available very quickly. Slido is excellent. Wakelet is very good. So you can try all of these. Of course, your Word, PowerPoint, Excel can be brought in. You know about that. YouTube, OneNote, everything can be brought in here. So let's say I'm working with my class on one of the notebooks and you want to give them something over there instead of a whiteboard. I will prefer using this because this will help me preserve all my data in one place. Yeah. So that said, any questions about a live call? Because I'm going to go to the live, oh, sorry, about the chat because I'm going to go to the live call now. If you have any questions, do share. Now, all of these options you're already aware, raise your hand is there. Now, reactions is another thing which many teachers feel that they don't want to take this option. This is already available for you. You don't need to go to the admin. So, what we do is over here, you see, you have meeting info already available to you. Yeah. So, if you quickly want to give a link to the student or send out this link, you can quickly pick up from over here and send out. I don't have right now these options, but I can show you taking you on the browser. Here you will find meeting options. What are meeting options? These are meeting options. Let me just go here. This is the teams from where this meeting was organized. These are the meeting options. Where are they available? If you go to your calendar, do you see today's call is set up over here? Double tap on that. This piece will pop up. As this piece pops up, the mail that you had sent, for organizers, there is meeting options. I'm not the organizer today, therefore, I will not get this option. However, if Mahima is the organizer, she has this option. I've jumped into her ID to show you that this is there, and that when you go to Teams, sorry, when you click over there, this opens up. Once this opens up, all the options are in your hands. For example, today we already have these as co-organizers. When they enter my room, they enter as presenters, they don't enter as attendees. Yeah. And who can present? Only people in my organization. There are other options as well. If you have a guest coming in, choose this option. If you want to give it to someone specific, let's say just one person more, make it specific people. So please choose your preference. You can enable language interpretations or not. So you can give language interpretations. For example, when I do sessions multiple times, I have to actually go ahead and give English and Hindi both. So I would just put this as English and Hindi here, and you can add more interpretations. For example, you have multilingual people, or when I do international sessions, I add more interpreters here. Yeah. Then you can enable a green room. That mostly, we refrain from, because then you need a lot of management with the green room. But basically, it is for organizers and presenters. They can check, before attendees, everybody's come in, and make the presenter if required. So if you want, you can use that. For today, I have said allow mics for attendees to be off. So currently you do not have the ability. Typically in a Teams call with students, this is highly recommended that you begin with this. But what I do is I keep this very handy. And whenever I want, I can actually go ahead and turn this on and simply click on save at the base of the screen. And that's about it. So all I do is simply just click here and go and save this. I've allowed cameras for today. That's a preferred setting for students. Now, do you see I have turned Q&A off? I can turn it on right now as well. And from here, you can turn off the reactions. I don't want students to keep giving reactions because it can get a little. Therefore, you can turn it on and turn it off as you like. You want to allow attendance report. Recording is automated for me. My spoken language is again my choice. When I entered the room, I always change this into English India. Please do, because this is important. and I'm going to save it. Yeah. So something went wrong because the meeting is going on. It may not be accepting the language interpretation. So let me not take this, and I'm going to save this. Yeah. So before the meeting, you can do certain things, and during the meeting, you cannot make certain changes. As you can see, Q&A is what I have opened up. Now let me jump back into the call. Now you see over here next to chat, Q&A has appeared. When I open Q&A over here, this is like a live session. So what can happen is you can easily moderate the conversation. If someone can post a comment over here, or I can actually create a post by saying, welcome everyone, how are you doing? So I'm just sending out one message over here. And then as you start sending messages, I will get a message to moderate. So, you can actually go ahead and moderate that and probably have all your conversations here. Unanswered questions will be here. Archived one will be here. Yeah. So that's the difference between Q&A and chat. And please, any questions, keep them coming. I love questions. While talking to a quiet room, I feel pretty much throwing things in the dark. Yeah. So please, please, please do ask in case you have a question. All of these were okay, these were some of the things that I wanted to show you live. Sorry, I don't need to introduce all of this. Again, emojis will go away in case you do so. And of course, views, these are the controls. Over here, you can lock the meeting, which means nobody else can now join. So let's say you want to put a tab on, now that everybody's here, I don't want anyone else joining. We don't do that because we know people drop off and they come back. And then I have to enable the lobby and all of that. You don't need to do it, but in case required, you can lock the room as well. Yeah. So allow all presenters to present, chat. If you want a very quick one, unmute themselves. Yeah. Simply, I'm going to click this. Look, in one go, all of you have the ability to unmute yourself. These controls have been provided to you so that you can very easily do it here in case you haven't set it in the meeting options. Yeah. Like you can see, I enabled it for a few seconds and then I turned it off very quickly. Of course, there are more options for you here. The entire screen pops up. What I was showing you pre meeting, you can always do it here as well. I'll show you once again. There's a shield here which says controls. This is where you can manage. And don't worry, the session is being recorded. We'll share the recording of the session with you. I think rest of the things, these are the breakout rooms. Again, I will try and create breakout rooms for you. It will automatically suggest. Now there is AI built in, and it'll automatically suggest, say, assign 4 people to each room. I would say no manually, or let the people choose their own room. Now, if I create the rooms, it'll automatically send you into 28 rooms. It has divided automatically. I could put it up to 40 as well, and it'll change the number here to show me. Now, I'm not going to initiate that right now because it'll send you there, then you come back, and then you have to join back. Some people get dropped off, so I'm not creating that right now, but this is how you create. You also have the option to create this manually, right? So it's really up to you how you want to manage this, or you let people choose their own room. That's the most beautiful part. Sometimes I'm doing group work. So before the call only, I create the rooms. Let's say I'm doing science animal adaptations. I will make different rooms. Let's say one is mammals, others is amphibians. There's another one called reptiles. So the students will automatically go and join there and they will have a conversation there to do a group work. Yeah. So those are breakout rooms. Those were the changes in breakout rooms. And of course, like I've showed you, there are multiple apps here. You could bring in those apps. And under more, one is record, other one is transcribe. Again, transcription of the entire recording is now also available. In between, if you want to, you want to stop anything, you can do that. I've simply clicked on show transcript so that you know how transcript runs. It's automatically generated, and as I'm speaking, it'll keep generating this transcript over here. Here. Yeah. So you could take a look at this. That recording is there. You can stop recording. Or if you don't want the transcription, you can turn off the transcription. It'll simply just go away. Yeah. And then meeting info, timer, I've already told you. Video of effects and settings. When you are sharing your video, there are multiple effects here. Language and speech. This is nice because you can turn on the live captions. When we started this session, I had turned on the live captions. And from here, you can even go to language settings and say what spoken language is. मान लीजिए मैं हिंदी में बात कर रही हूँ। अगर मैं हिंदी में बात कर रही हूँ, तो ये सारा का सारा ट्रांसक्रिप्ट मैं चाहूँगी कि हिंदी में ही आए। ये देखिए नीचे मेरी कैप्शंस अब हिंदी में आनी शुरू हो गई। लेकिन अगर मैं चाहूँ कि नहीं आप इसे ट्रांसलेट कीजिए इंग्लिश में, वो भी अवेलेबल है, लेकिन आपको वो अवेलेबल करवाना होगा। Right? I switched my language. Do you see the ease with which I'm switching languages? It is adapting and it is taking up all the changes live as I'm doing. Yeah. So there are a number of powers that have been given to the users, that is the creator of the call, and you can do certain things on the go as well. There are certain accessibility features, or that you can turn or off, up to you as you like it. And if you have someone available for sign language mode, please turn this on and share the link. And that's about it. You can actually bring accessibility into classrooms to the max as possible. Okay, so I'm going to pause here, but there's one thing that I really want to bring to everybody's notice. When you are in Teams, over here, right now, you can't see that banner, but maybe on your Teams, you see a banner saying update. Kindly update, because it needs updation to bring in all these features to you. So if you're not looking at some of the features in your Teams and you're comparing on the go, then this is exactly what will happen. Kindly update. It's all your updates are always available. They pop up over here. Simply click on that button. It'll happen. Otherwise, simply just go to the settings and you will find them. Yep. Okay. Sometimes we find that the screen text size is very small. Here you go. You can increase it from here. Did you see that increase? Yeah. So you can increase that. I keep it to 90. I find that comfortable. But if you want to change that size, you could do that. And of course, if you're casting this outside, this is your cast button. Yeah. Okay, so any questions? I'm pausing here. I've actually spoken, in a breath. So I'm pausing here to see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions. Anyone wants to raise a hand, ask anything? Please ask away if you have to. Okay, so in that case, I'll move to calendar. Calendar looks very much like your Outlook calendar, what you find on the web. So that's the most beautiful part, that there is a complete sync between, the way you use calendar normally, you could do that. Of course, choose your a view that you want to, month or anything. Choose your options from over here if you need to. And also, along with Meet now over here, along with the new meeting, you have other options. You can create an event. You can go to channel meetings as well. You can go ahead and create a town hall, which means larger audience can be accommodated. You can have this just for your students, so that students can only chat during the meeting and not inside Teams, so that you don't have to monitor. So if you're aiming for that, go for class. If you're aiming to give a lecture to students, students can chat before and after the meeting, then you may select this. Or a live, which means audience size is going to be humongous. Let me recall the numbers that you can go. I think it's about 100,000 if I'm not wrong, but maybe more. So large numbers, you can actually go live from over here. Yeah. So those are the big updates here on Teams. And as you can see your calendars. By the way, I want to bring to your notice, I have merged these calendars. When you're working in the same department, you really want people's calendar merged with yours so that you can see in three different, do you see three different colors here? These three different colors are because it's my calendar along with Maima's and Dvita's calendar. All three of us work together over here, and we very much need each other's calendar. Maima is our program manager, so she has access to all the three calendars, so that if there is anything that's happening, she doesn't need to come to us. She can simply just look at our calendars to see how busy we are or not, and she can schedule our meetings accordingly, as you can see over here. Yeah. So some days are light, some days are heavy. So if you're working in the same department, it's a very good idea to share your calendars. How to share your calendar? Simply go to simply go to calendar, your Outlook calendar, and you'll find a share option and you can share from there. Yeah. Okay.
Meenakshi ma'am,
I'm not look. Hanji, I'm not
there
looking. I was
are
just
a
going to say,
few
yeah.
questions in the chat window.
Yeah, let's take them up. Thank you. Sometimes during the meeting, students unmute others or remove. How can this be stopped? Number one, the safest way to have students is that don't give them chat option. Please use Q&A. If you're not using that, the students do not have this option. If they have this option, this means they're using somebody else's ID to do so. Students do not have this right to do this in a meeting. Yeah. And if, let's say, they have found some way which they can't, I can assure you that all you need to do is go to your control room. Once again, simply just unmute or mute them. That's it. It's that simple. Yeah. Okay, I have another one. Some students say that I am removed from the meeting. Well, that's the bandwidth playing. They have not been removed from the meeting. They've simply just dropped off. Students can never. Oh, yeah. Let me bring this to your notice. Actually, thank you for saying that. What can happen is if your students' data has not been loaded as students when your licenses are given, if your licenses are not given carefully, let me see if I can give you a peek into licenses at my end. I will show you, though this is admin's problem, but I think it's a good to know for everybody that if your licenses that are given to the students are not student licenses, then please expect that this will happen. Okay, which means you must ask your admin to go and see if the students have been given a faculty license or a student license. That's a clear demarcation. If they have a student license, they do not have the right to do all of this. So, first thing first, if this happens, please check the type of license that is there. Yeah, it's very simple. All you need to do is go over here, look at the, sorry, I think I'm in a hurry. That buttons are not really working on my speed right now, but I'll just quickly show you. Uh, these are the users. Okay. You'll have display name. And over here, let's say it's Anchal. Oh, Anchal is not. ठीक है. Can you see over here? Here itself, it's showing you what kind of license is there. So I will say that the HODs must keep a list of this with them. Just ask them to export this. And Shipra ma'am, you should have this list very handy with you. What will happen is this will show you if it's a student license or not. Just in case something is not working your way, you have all admin centers on the left hand side. Go into Teams, and Teams will have their own admin center. Please go and check over there if there is any policy that has been changed or needs to be changed. Yeah, it's very simple. Okay. Is it possible for students can be removed? No, they can't be removed. Apart from owner, no one can remove. You can try removing each other. You'll not be able to remove. Uh, how can we control it? And we're not giving. Okay, done. How can we add students to a particular team? Very simple. So let's say this is a team. Okay, and let it just load up. I will show you. It's super simple to add a student to a team. First of all, I'm talking about a class team. So this is my class team. This is a grade 4 team. Oh yeah, this is another change which I wanted to show you that over here now by default, you will see all class teams, on top and the rest of the teams below that. So the rest of the teams could be a staff team, could be a PLC, could be a regular team. All of these are here and class teams are here so that you don't have to really go finding what to do. Another thing that is very important for you to notice is that here there are quick access also. You want to make an announcement, you don't need to go inside, simply just click here, it'll take you to announcement. Similarly, you have assignments. Similarly, you have, I think this is, yeah, classwork available over here. Yeah. Now I'm going to go to grade 4. There are these three dots over here. If you are the owner or the teacher, then you can simply just add a member from over here. Simply add the member. It'll, let's say I'm adding Divya. Okay. Now, you see, I've added her. I don't need to see if she is a teacher, she has a faculty license or student license. I'll show you how, and I'll also add Kamalpreet. Yeah. And I will also have, um, I'm not sure if I have education here. Yeah. Now you see all of them are members. Let's say Kamalpreet is a student. All these are members because they have student licenses. So if you are a faculty, you will automatically become owner. And if you don't, please just change this. It's such a simple drop down that when you're adding them to this team, simply just change the ownership for the teacher. Let the students be members. Now, when they are members, they do not have those rights that I've just spoken about. Yeah. Um, I think now that I'm here, is there any other question, Divya?
Yes, there
Yeah,
is
go ahead,
one.
please. Yeah.
So it's from Nilakshi ma'am. She says, at times, being a faculty member, we don't have owner's control in the class, even if owner has given us all the access before meeting, like sharing of screen and other settings.
Again, please check your license. Currently, if you see, okay, even if I stop sharing, okay, this is another thing, by the way, these controls have been increased. Let's say I want, like I'm presenting and Kamalpreet wants control of my screen. All she needs to do is just request for that. Yeah. Similarly, sharing the sound when the video is playing or annotating on screen. This is new. For example, I'm over here and I want to annotate on screen. I can simply just take this, only I can annotate or everybody can annotate kind of an option, and we can always do so. Yeah. So you, even if you are on any of the screens, you have all your annotations. Sorry, I did not answer your question. I did move ahead, but just give me a minute. Let's say I want to take this yellow note over here and I will paste it over here while I'm teaching. I simply just need to tell something to my students to, let's say, uh, focus on classwork, right? And I can make it smaller, bigger as you want it, and then simply just drag it wherever you want to on screen. Let's say I want to put it over here. So, or sorry, I think I deleted it by mistake because I tapped double, but you know what I mean, right? So you can always pick the annotate piece from over here and start annotating. Now, as far as people are concerned, again, you can quickly jump back over here and change these settings as you like it. I have a hand raised and I will pause for a minute, but let me just say that, if you're sharing screen, the owner will have rights if the owner is a teacher too. If not, I think that right can be given literally from here, either controls or go to meeting options. Also, sometimes it happens that you're joining from another ID and you don't realize. So that's that said. Now look at what I'm going to do. I don't need to go anywhere. I just need to allow one mic. I'm going to go here and say, Suchita ma'am, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself to talk. You've raised your hand, so I gave you the option to unmute yourself to talk.
Good, good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening, ma'am. Okay, so you didn't have a question. No worries. So here it is. You can that simply just go ahead and disable mic quickly. Otherwise, students can get very naughty and can disrupt your classes. Yeah. So here we are. Now, this is a class. Here, what they've done is they've done a beautiful thing that here on top you have this little menu that is fixed. Over here are the channels that you can create, and there are certain hidden channels as well because I've been using them in the past. Now I don't need them anymore, but they're always there if I have to refer it back to that place. Also, over here there are certain new features that have been made available. Let's go to the most exciting one, which I really like. Social emotional learning is very close to my heart. And I love bringing in this kind of break while I'm talking. And I think I've spoken at length. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you an experience here. You can actually invite your students to move. You can dance with them. You can stretch with them. Right now, I can't see you, so I wouldn't go for that. You can even play or this or that game. Or you could simply just do a mood check. So, on your emotions or your check ins, you can actually go ahead and activate any. You can make a new piece over here. Let's say overall, how did you feel this week? Since we are on Saturday, it's a good question to ask. So I'm going to ask this question. And before sending out, I will have to change the settings because this is only within your organization, which means only a few people can respond who are in your, group. So I've now opened this to everybody. Yeah. And I will say that, let me share these results with you because I want you to see these results. That's about it. And I can say, um, that's it. Check in. And you can actually go ahead and, scan this to join this or to respond to this. I'm also going to give you a link to this in the chat window so that you can respond or simply just click over here. Yeah. Respond to my poll, please. Go ahead and let's reflect for a minute. Take a pause, reflect, think, see what you want to say.
There's another question in the chat window.
Go ahead, please.
Many a times when we are organizing a meeting, we are not getting the options of roles and responsibilities, and it shows a small circle with a red color slant line, and that means it is restricted. Because
That
of
is
that, at
absolutely true.
times, we are
Hmm.
unable to add the teachers as organizers and need to put everyone as the presenter.
Yes, that is very true. Thank you for sharing, Shipra ma'am. All of that lies over here. They can go to Teams. As you can see, there are users, manage users from here. You can go for external collaborations when they are happening, when they are meeting, what are the options that can be available. All these settings will have to be checked when such issues come up. There is no challenge in the app itself. It is the policies that make it either viable or not for any of us. Yeah. So let me just open this and to you because the good part is that your QR code will also appear here on your screen, and you can always here. You can always check in. This is your check in code as well. I can click on this to make it bigger. You go ahead and respond to reflect. Take a minute to reflect, please. All right, let's see how many of you did reflect. Do you see that? Isn't that beautiful an image? I love it. I'm okay. Really? Your week was heavy, needing rest. I love it. Okay, some are cheerful. Do you see the color combinations? Many of you need rest. Listen, all of you, please do have a very restful weekend. These days it is super hot, so I completely understand when you say that. But do you see that getting populated? Imagine this popping up in your classroom. It just brings smiles and you feel heard. You feel as if, oh, really? Someone just asked me, how was your week? It just gives you that extra bit of encouragement to move on. Yeah. And you would have experienced it just doesn't take that word from you. What it does is it will ask you what kind of peacefulness or response are you really feeling. So you see over here, I also get this view that there are 44% people who are peaceful right now. Many, 11% are grateful, 11 are motivated. Oh, wow, I have some class available here. Fantastic. Yeah. So, I do have others as well. Not that I don't, but I can swap into these windows to see. There are some tired and angry ones, and you can make this anonymous, or you can even have names over here because when you're within your organization, you can always have the names. And if you want to go back into that beautiful mode, simply just click on the together mode and you will be back right from over here. I like to save these images and I like to put it up on a Monday. Hey, you know what? Your last week was this. Let's see how this week goes. Just keeps them excited, simply. Yeah. Where is this available? Reflect is available here. You can even send in reflects like, how are you feeling about the assignment that was set? So, or, the exam that you gave. Just asking them about the feeling is a great check in, and check ins are very important to keep saying. Now, I want to show you two things over here. One is classwork. You all know class notebook. If not, I will go to that as well. But, you know, um, we always have that diary where students are writing all the homework, and yet that homework gets lost and we don't know where the worksheet is or whatever. You can park all your homework over here. You can add modules, you can add all the content. Let's say I'm doing a project based learning on waste management. All the resources that I have used this week can be written or can be attached in packed over here. These will be accessible to students, and you can send in notes as well. So whenever you are working, it's a good idea to keep, for example, I want to send certain websites that you should refer to and not really go loiter around on all. You have two options. One, you put it over here. Or what I can also do is I can actually just a minute, let me try and copy this. Okay, let's say I have the website. Then I can go to their channel. Let's say I'm doing science in second, okay, week two. All I need to do is go and click on the plus over here. And let's say I want to add a new page, or I want to add an existing page, or bring in an app. In apps, you will have an option for any website also. Okay, so you can go over here, choose website as an option. This is your website option, and then put that link over here, and it appears like a tab over here so that students are not going online, they're simply just working here. Yeah. So two things. Number one, just like OneNote folders, you have classwork available here. So all the work that students are doing. So I normally say that if you're making student and teacher portfolios, this is your best place to make teacher portfolio or student portfolio. All your work is in one place. On your PTMs, it's one of the blessings to actually show this. And many schools, what they do is they literally copy the link to this module, send it to parents so that they know what has happened or what is being covered before coming to the PTM. One more thing, I can see that somebody has sent a message. Just bear with me, please. Uh, Over here we have assignments. I'm sure you're very aware of what are assignments. No, you're only partly aware of what are assignments, because your Meet to Teach option is available here. I may not have all the time to tell you about this. I've shown you this. Join our Tech Talk Tuesdays every Tuesday, 5 to 6 p.m. We meet, and I think many of you had joined our session last Tuesday. Last Tuesday we had to skip it. We wouldn't trust it, but please do join. We would love to show you how these can be used. Amazing pieces, must use. They are all NCRT learning outcome aligned. You couldn't have asked for more, right? Additionally, you also have create option here. Now the create option has expanded to not just new assignment or quiz, there are learning accelerators. What are learning accelerators? You're looking to improve reading skills of your students. You have reading progress. This has been there for a very long time, but it it has many more add-ins than before. Please do check it out. Search progress is for people who in their class give students research work. What happens is they go to websites, they get that information. Who's going to validate that? How do we know that's true or not? How do we know if they've researched on a valid site, or did they read it up on a blog and brought that information? Yeah, practical problems. Now, all of that you can send from here. Ask them to use search progress. What it does is it will only allow you to use valid websites, and you can decide and help them see what these websites are. So these will be education focused website or information focused website which are valid. So it's a huge piece if you use research in your classroom. Maths progress, as the name suggests, math teachers, this is a boon for you because no one can make these many worksheets to personalize learning. And I think every other child has new needs. No two students will have same, needs in mathematics, especially because they don't, stop, pause, or, do the wrong step at the same place. Most of them have their own personalized way of learning. So this is where you bring in personalization. You go to math progress. and you choose what kind of pieces can you make. I'll very quickly show you, but there is a complete course that I will share with you, which I will encourage you to do and be aware of what's possible. No, it just doesn't create. These are AI based worksheet. There are most of the topics available, and you can always create your own as well. But you can simply just choose your category. Let's say I'm doing fractions. You can choose a topic. Let's say basic operations. I'll say generate. Now it'll not generate a worksheet just like that for you. It'll give you multiple options. Now you choose which one do you want, and yes, it's with answers. Yeah. So let's say these five are there. You go next, and you can even have an option of showing your work. Let's say student is working on paper, they can always attach put an attachment here, and you can have shuffled order of questions as well. It's a beautiful piece. I absolutely love it as a math teacher. And if you feel there's something wrong, simply just edit it before sending, and that's about it. Yeah, I'm just going to close this for now, but it's literally available even in your assignments. Let's say you can't find it later, do know your assignments box has learning accelerators. While you were talking, okay, I'm going to pause here because I know there's a comment. Kamalpreet, Divya, can you please read that for me?
Yes. Everybody is being very appreciative. Thanks
Oh,
for such an
thank you.
informative session. This is wonderful, nice. It is very helpful.
Awesome. Oh, I was getting some good words there. I missed them. Never mind. Thank you, Divya. Thanks for that. Now, here we are. Here is your assignment box where you send an assignment, right? I've shown you all the learning accelerators. They're available here also. If you want to learn more about them, simply click here. It'll take you to the site and you will know about them. Okay. Now, apps, all the apps are available. You want to attach any app and send to students, please do. Yeah. Apart from that, you can also create a Word document, Excel, PowerPoint, anything, or a Flip video recording. Now, do you see what I meant when I said Flip is fully integrated? You can still use Flip from within Teams. I know Flipgrid was one of the most popular tools amongst teachers. So here's Flip video recording available. So if you want any responses coming in, simply just send an assignment. And you have your whiteboard. So it's a good practice to teach on this soft whiteboard in your class, and then simply send this whiteboard as an attachment so that students and teachers know students and parents know what happened in the class today. Yeah. Okay. Apart from this, watch. I'm going to send a math assignment. Okay. I'm going to say, um, solve the given fraction problems. Now, I'm pausing here. Why? Do you see this little thing that has started working? It has started giving me tips. Yeah, it'll help me. Now, this is AI built in. If I write this simpler line, it'll very quickly, think about how can I help you improve this? It'll help me add details by modifying instructions. It'll make my instructions more, it'll strengthen my instructions. Sometimes, you're writing like just a simple thing, but you want to explain so much. And it's on your mind that, while I'm sending this assignment, I know many questions are going to come back. And children might not remember some of it. Now right now this is 66% generated, but as it becomes 100%, I'll show you what kind of options it will pop up for me. Yeah. So I'm just giving this much for now. And also the same option is also available here in add rubrics. Now till that is getting generated, let me quickly show you. In your add rubric, either you attach your own rubric or you simply just ask AI to make it for you. Yeah. So let's say I am doing grade 5. I am doing fractions. Today, fractions is on my mind. And I will say introduction, then identification, then representation. Probably these are the three skills that I'm talking about today of fractions. And don't worry about the spellings. This is AI. It'll manage without my good spellings as well. Yeah. Add standards. This is amazing. I have to tell you this. What do you mean by standards? We have NCRT learning outcomes already aligned over here. Do you see this? India Science Oh, I'm doing mathematics. Sorry. India Mathematics grade 1 to 12. All learning outcomes are available here. Simply just go over here. I was doing grade 5 and I'll say mathematics and I'll say, yes, I need learning outcomes. Now what happens is click here and click on this drop down. All your learning outcomes are here. Do you see this is a cluster of fractions, learning outcomes with fractions, equivalent or whatever? And yes, it's available for science, maths, the social sciences, many other subjects. Please do check out over here. The list is available here. I don't want to pause here, but you add these. Now, you're creating a rubric which is aligned to your learning outcomes, and you have given what is it that you wanted here as well. Yeah. Now, minimum 20 characters is what you need. You say next, and automatically it'll start suggesting you. First, it'll ask you what do you want to include? Yeah, fraction, conceptual understanding, identification is good, visual is good, equivalent probably later. Probably I'll just take these three, or let me just take four. Okay, and if you want to add more criteria, you can. You want this to generate more? Well, this is your magic wand. Ask it to generate. It'll keep generating more. Yeah, probably, fractional value comparison. And I'll say generate. And voila, your rubric is ready. You can simply just attach this rubric. Students should know what are they learning. How are they getting the score? They can do a self check as to how much are they going to score on this. Yeah. So once all of this, of course, all of this is editable. You can edit anything. You can make whatever changes you want. But I wanted to showcase that the rubric is possible. You simply just attach this. Yeah. And there you go. All right. So, this is how a rubric is done. And I just skipped and brought you here very quickly. But you also have suggestions on how should students use that rubric. That also is available. Lastly, you have a reflect check-in. How was your assignment today? You simply don't need to type, simply just say, okay, over here. And that's about it. Assign it. Your work is done. Okay. I'm sharing this. I hope this is not an overload of information. Yes, I don't want to do a TMI over here. Therefore, I'm going to pause here. And there are multiple windows that I've opened and areas of exploration that I've opened for you today. Microsoft Learn has courses on all of what I have spoken about. And, we will be happy to share a link to all of those with you so that you can, at your end, at your convenience, think about it. I know I am 1 minute up my time, but I just need 2 to 3 minutes more. Please bear with me. Yeah. But if you want to leave, I'll completely understand. It's your weekend that you're approaching. Now, I want to talk about Microsoft Elevate Educators program because this is an important day where we are standing today. We are looking at this community, which is the global community. Many of you have been MIE experts. Your school would have received an email from us today. There are two communities now. This is your new landing page. MIE has now become Microsoft Elevate Educator Expert. But to become expert, you need to be explorer. So to explain to you about all of this and the wide range of, opportunities that you have, we are hosting a session on 9th of May. And you will get an invite. You already have that invite. And Shipra ma'am, if you don't have our email, please, if you can drop, actually, I have your email. I will make sure that that email reaches you as well. I will request Kavalpreet to make sure that the email reaches Shipra ma'am so that all of you can be a part of that session. You have to become a showcase school this year with, I think, added energy, and you all bring energy to this community. And Pathfinder school applications and Explorer applications are open throughout the year. However, expert applications and showcase applications open only once a year. And those of you already experts, do know there is option for you to apply to become fellow as well. Well, in all of those good news and everything, I have to say that before leaving, please do share your feedback with us. One thing that we thrive on is feedback. And I will greatly appreciate if you can, before leaving, give us a candid feedback. It's just about a few questions that you need to answer. The QR code is on your screen and the link is in your chat window. I'll also drop this QR code just in case you want to use a QR code to respond to our feedback. But honestly, I absolutely enjoyed this session with you. You all kept it so interactive. You've been very kind with your words. So, yep, we will keep stay. I mean, I think it's just the start of our journey together. We will stay connected and let's keep on learning. Thank you. Have a very, very, very wonderful weekend. I'm happy to give control back to you in case your chats are something that you can unmute yourself. We've opened up, so you can open up your mic to say anything if you'd like to. But if not, we understand that you need to leave. Thank you so very much. I'm going to stop recording now.